Well, hello there, viewer, and welcome to another typical Overwatch ranting video. Or perhaps I'm feeling a little spicy today and prepared a brand new Team Fortress 2 video. How exciting! Wait, what do you mean we're not doing that today? This is Hey Simply YouTube channel, the only place on YouTube to watch Overwatch rants and cool TF2 videos. No, there's no way. Hades? Are you sure? I don't even have this game. Well, at this point, I guess I have no choice. In the name of Hades, Olympus, I accept this message. Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Diving Deep into a Puddle. Today I have been blessed by the gods below with a phenomenal piece of media praised by everyone left and right, yet it flew right past me somehow. I am here to provide you with a very unique point of view for both veteran players who know every single mechanic inside out to people just like me who have no idea what's going on. So without any further blimbo-bambo, here's my honest review of Hades with a whopping 2 hours played in total. Starting off, let's firstly establish what kind of game it is. Is it a MOBA? Is it a roguelite? Rogue Smite? Rogue Polite? Apparently it's none of this because the correct pronoun for Hades is roguelike. I personally like this genre of games. It's fun to casually hop on from time to time and challenge yourself with a randomized loot and bonuses and try to get as far as you can. And if you like roguelikes too and haven't played Hades yet, it's definitely worth a try. Now, with that out of our way, what was initially stopping me from playing this game? You see, I kinda lied a little. I knew this game, all the hype surrounding it as soon as it came out, but I refused to play it because in my eyes, the art style was a little too anime-like. It's hard to explain, but I think the biggest factor that gave me this impression was the design of dialogue boxes, where the person speaking must be included as a very detailed and sometimes even lewd PNG.
Why, hello there, little godling.
And it's just not my cup of tea. But you can pet the dog, so that's alright. The gameplay also was very flashy and chaotic, which turned out to be true if you spam your buttons while playing with a sword, which also didn't appeal to me, so naturally I didn't want to spend my money on something I turned away right from the get-go. Even the overwhelmingly positive reviews on Steam and directly from my friends who played that game back then were not enough to convince my ass to give it a try. Did anything change after I was basically forced to play this game? Honestly, not much. I can really appreciate the heart and soul that was poured into this game and design of it. The enemies are animated very dynamically with those stretching effects going crazy on those floaty skull enemies, and the environment around is truly beautiful. You can tell the developers were proud of what they made because sometimes you can step on those cinematic ledges that let you take it all in and appreciate the hard work that was put into creating such scenery. But going back to Earth, the dialogue boxes are still not my thing. Just kidding, I actually quite like them, just like petting the dog, and that's alright. At the beginning, it was a tiny bit boring to see all the basic interactions between the characters, and unfortunately, it is necessary to set some fundamental interactions. The very first time you encounter that one chicken wing lady, and I am sorry, I have no idea how to pronounce that, she's all calm and even arrogant at times, but all the characters change throughout time depending on what you do in-game. If you beat the chicken wing, she'll be a little more careful with her words, and you become the cheeky little bastard. The game notes that down, and just like that, it makes the next encounter with her impossible to win, just so both your and her characters can grow and have yet another different interaction the next time. It's depth like this that reassures me that yes, indeed, this product is quality, and speaking of dying, I adore how strictly the game holds on to the theme it went for. Respawning in this game is a setback back to the Blood River right in front of Hades' desk, and yep, apparently Hades is just a boring accountant, but don't worry, right next to him is the main attraction of the game, that is the triple-headed XXL puppy that you can pet, so that's alright. Each time you die, there's a high chance that somewhere in this lobby area a new object or room will appear, and I have no idea what caused the little dining room to open, but it did after some deaths, but man oh man do I wish it never did. No idea what it's for, but I know one thing for certain. This little creature came with it, and I do not want it in my save file. This Duza thing is single-handedly the worst character in the entire game, and I haven't even met pet all of them, but I'm sure I'm not going to change my mind. Other characters are mainly the Olympus gods, who are giving you some gifts from above, so you can join their super fun party up there faster. But big ol' Papa Hades doesn't want that. If the game Hades could get a subtitle, I bet it would go something like Hades, daddy issues. He is constantly reminding you of your failure. He doesn't want you to leave, but he also doesn't show any love or affection. No wonder your character wants to escape from this how perfect father figure. And by the way, the character you play in this game is called Prince Spergus. To add more salt to the wound, the character that you thought was your mother turns out to be a fake imposter. In reality, Hades has clapped some random nymph and just has to deal with you now, and the fact you cannot die because you will just respawn in the red puddle probably made the very humane child removal procedure quite impossible. Thankfully, among all of those gods and god-awful characters is the savior and my personal favorite, Skelly. Easy to pronounce name, very pleasant voice acting, and relatable lifestyle. All he is missing is some kind of an animal you can pat on the head right next to him, but don't worry, there's a nice dog in the main hall you can pet, and that's alright. Now, let's talk about some gameplay stuff, because this is a game after all, not a dating sim, although it gets scarily close sometimes. But boys and my dearest partner, I can reassure you, your super cool host is no simp, and will choose the god of gods with his super huge muscles and hot chin over some foul woman, even if it means cutting my run short. I hate this mechanic. Why is it homing? Why is it inside my walls? Someone please help me. Already mentioned the fact you get some buffs from time to time, and that's baby stuff. Everybody knows how this type of game works. As you progress, there will be items, there will be shops, there will be all that good stuff that enhances your character, but gets fully erased if you die. But at least after you die, you can pet the dog, and that's alright. And you can give him some sweet juice, which he will reward you with, a very unique item, one that will be with you from the very start, and you can change it when you unlock more of them. But a friendly reminder, yeah, those 2 hours, there's no chance I'm getting more items, sorry. You can also give this yellow juice to other characters, and they will get some love points. Wait, this is a dating sim!
I love you!
I love you too. Next to the main lobby is your room, where you can also spend some purple currency to upgrade yourself, and yes indeed, those upgrades also stay with you and don't reset, which is awesome. Please don't take away the good stuff from me, game. And the room after that presents you with the weaponry of yours, where you can unlock other weapons. Which will change your primary fire and your special move. The sword is just button mashing, the shield is fun to cheese the game with and cosplay as Captain USA for some time, and there's also the bow, which is weird, but at least I got my best run with it, so I won't be complaining. It's a fun way to change up the flow of your run, and opposite to other rogue whatevers, like Risk of Rain or Binding of Isaac, you don't need to change your whole character to change the way you play. Hades is focused on Prince Spergus, and I think it creates an even stronger connection between the main character and the player. Some other details that I'd like to mention are the soundtracks, and of course, with all the attention to detail already mentioned, you bet the soundtrack slaps. For some reason heavily reminds me of the Risk of Rain 2 soundtrack, which is just another indication that it's good, but what caught me off guard was the usage of some stock sound effects, which I am not ashamed to admit, made me giggle a little.
His mother's hand. My mother's hand? Wait, what?
But just a little. The very first time I died, I got hit with a huge reality check when I discovered that this sound is from this game. I heard it many times in other people's videos used as a sound effect and was wondering if it was somewhere from Left 4 Dead. And please, someone in the comments verify me and I'm not crazy with this one. I swear it sounds similar to the main menu theme. Lastly, some crying, because it wouldn't be a review if I only praised the game, right? I cannot imagine going through those dialogue boxes after spending more time in this game. They are fun at the beginning, but even in my short amount of playtime, I found myself already skipping some of how important speeches just because I couldn't bother. After each boss fight, there is this little save zone where you can refill your health, make use out of the shop, but there's also this little altar that makes you sacrifice one of your buffs for coins, and I really don't see a point in this, as in shops you get buffs that last a limited time, so in my mind it makes no sense to trade off something permanent for a resource used to get temporary buffs. I wish breaking vases gave you a coin from time to time or 1 HP, but sadly they are just decorational. Lastly, there's the dash mechanic that I purposefully left for the very end. It seems like there is no punishment for using it, and I just find myself dashing way too much just because I'm allowed to. I usually feel very awful when cheesing the game, and this little cooldown really feels like I'm cheating. In short, yes, you heard me right, the guy who didn't manage to complete the game once will complain that the game is too easy. But at least you can pet the dog, so that's alright. Make sure to let me know down in the comments what game would you like me to review next, without playing it for longer than one sitting. And while I'm in this outro segment, I want to use this occasion to personally thank the person who randomly donated some items after the heavy review. I don't know who you are, but I just wanted to say I am super thankful for this gift, and I will gladly spread the positivity and give the Killstreak minigun away. And if you're interested in that, make sure to join my Discord server where all the details will be mentioned there. And yeah, I think that is all for today. I really struggled while playing this game on keyboard, so I switched to a controller halfway through, and I think that was a fantastic decision. I'd give Hades a solid 7.75 out of 10. I definitely would recommend this game to other people, but for me, I've got some better positions in my library, like Risk of Rain 2. Thanks for watching, have a lovely day, bye bye.